Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, we need to have a conversation. I know there's lots of news coming out. I am so aggravated by it. You can hear it in my voice. You can hear the strain. But I really want to have a conversation with all of you about this. Okay, so this should be going up Tuesday. Endgame comes out today. I said before, I'm standing by it. I'm not spending any money on this book. I'm not going to give any of these a-holes any money. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to add to their sales number. Not going to do it. Okay. I've worked with a lovely lady at my library who is getting me a copy, hopefully in the next few days. When I have it, I'll get on it. We'll start talking about it. I don't care if I have to wait. It's fine. I will not give these a-holes any extra anything, but I will tell you what it's about. I will go through it with you. We'll spend time talking about it because I think it's only fair. If they're going to put this BS in print, we're going to go over it. We're going to call them on all their lies. So be patient with me. Know that it is coming. As soon as I can get my hands on it, I'm going to. I already got a gift certificate for the gift card for the lady who's been helping me get this book because I will not give them money. By the way, how funny is this picture? They're basically melding into the same person. I will not give them any money or publicity. I will give the lovely lady at my local library a nice Starbucks gift card so she can get herself something warm and cozy instead of these assholes right here. Okay, let's talk about it. So yeah, this book's, again, it came out today. I will be covering it soon as I can get my hands on it. But in the meantime, I want to talk about some of the news that's coming out and why it is my opinion that Meghan's grubby paws are all over this. I know that's an obvious statement, but you know what we're dealing with, so I have to remind you all, this is my opinion. If you have a brain, you probably have the same opinion. But this asshat right here is doing this publicity tour for his book. And by the way, I can't wait to see how miserably this book flops. But anyway, he's doing a publicity tour for this book, and he's putting out these awful stories. There's one in particular where I really want to deep dive into, and it has to do with Catherine, Princess of Wales. You know, I love Catherine. I won't stand for it. I've done videos in the past of all the ways, some of the ways that I feel like Meghan has really been horrible to her. And this is just another example of it. And again, I have to put out there, this is Omid's book. They are denying that they worked together, but they also denied it last time. And what happened? Meghan ended up having to apologize to court for lying to them. Oh, I forgot I helped him with his book. I'm sure she conveniently forgot once again. So it's my opinion that it's clearly Meghan involved in this book because, hello, how else is this asshat going to be privy to conversations that only happened between the four of them? I mean, they treat us like we're stupid. But anyway, that's beside the point. They're taking aim at Catherine again. I hear it really takes aim at William. That's what I'd heard leading up to this. But now we see more Catherine stuff. Catherine, Princess of Wales things coming out. And it's bullshit. And I want to talk about it. So this comes from Daily Mail. And they call Catherine, again, Catherine, Princess of Wales. She is open about preferring Catherine. That's why you hear me call her Catherine. Sometimes in print, I have to also add the name Kate because people still search Kate. But she's on record saying Catherine, so I do my best to try to remember and call her Catherine. So notice that when they talk about her, they call her Kate. It's just another way to dig at her. Sounds childish and petty, but that's where we're at with Harry, Meghan, and Omid. They are childish, they are petty, they're digging at Catherine. Now, the reason this one really struck a chord with me is because, again, in previous videos, I've talked about how Meghan truly seems to be completely envious of Catherine, Princess of Wales, and goes out of her way to take these horrible digs at her repeatedly. And we're seeing it again here. So, process of elimination. Something tells me Meghan had her dirty paws in this book. So deny it all you want, both of you. I'm not buying it. It's my opinion they work together. So what are they taking aim at this time? Oh, I'll tell you. It says, Omid has launched an astonishing and cruel attack on the Princess of Wales, branding her cold, lambasting her for advocating for mental health causes while ignoring Meghan's cries for help. I could talk to you for about 14 hours about what a big pile of bullshit this statement is. I know. How about while I do, I show some beautiful photos of our Catherine, Princess of Wales, being warm and friendly to people, from her children to other people's children to just strangers she's met to athletes she's worked with, you name it. That is just not something we hear about her, that she's cold and it's just unbelievable. But I just felt so compelled to make this video because if you think about it, Meg has a history of taking this stance against Catherine. So, like, again, in a nutshell, let me just remind you of some of the things Meghan has said and done against Catherine, Princess of Wales, in a sense, calling her cold, from little things like talking about meeting her in ripped jeans and how jarring it was for Catherine, and kind of painting her as cold, right? Oh, by the way, this photo here, Catherine's crying because she's so happy, completely moved for the women's tournament winner at Wimbledon. So I'm sorry, pictures speak 1,000 words. We have a million pictures like this where she's just so warm and kind and caring. So F off with this noise and this nonsense. But just remember that this is Meghan's history with Catherine. She loves to try to brand her this ice queen, bringing up that it was jarring for Catherine because Meghan tried to hug her. Remember, she floated that nonsense. What else? She talked about in Spare that she asked to borrow Catherine's lip gloss, and Catherine was kind of, she said, I forget what she said exactly. It was basically she recoiled at the request because it's gross. It's gross and it's not right. But Meghan tried to paint herself a victim, like Catherine wouldn't dare want to share her lip gloss with Meghan. How about she probably doesn't want to share her lip gloss, period. But again, so Meghan holds on to this detail, and instead of discussing it in private, if it was that important to her, she holds on to it and shares it for the world to see in this book. Do you see where I'm going with this? This has Meghan's, I keep saying pause, it has Meghan's hands all over this. This is what Meghan does. She takes these digs at Catherine over and over, and a lot of it goes back to calling her basically cold. Just maybe not using the word cold, but describing this person that if you didn't know better, you might think, if you believed what Meghan said or you followed her blindly like a sugar, you might think that Catherine was cold. So again, it doesn't shock me that Omid's coming out with this claim. It's not a shock because it's not. Breathe, Jen, breathe. It's Meghan. It's Meghan. We're not idiots. It's Meghan. Okay. Think about, I could keep going on and on. She painted William and Catherine as fans of Suits. She tried to paint them like fans of hers, right? And they were freaking, anytime she can belittle or demean Catherine, that's what she does. I mean, think about the making Catherine cry over the bridesmaid stuff. We know the story. You get where I'm going with this. But do you see that there's a history here? It's a pattern at this point of trying to make Catherine seem like she's the cold one. And so here we are again. They can deny all they want that those three, I'm talking about Harry, Meghan, and Omid, work together. But I'm going to say especially Omid and Meghan, because I think Harry's too dumb to string a sentence together. But they can deny all they want that they work together. But again, who has a history of trying to demean and belittle and paint Catherine as cold? Again, I challenge you to look at the photos in front of you and say, what? It doesn't make any sense. It's just not something. Okay. Again, I'm frustrated. You can hear it in my voice. You can hear it in my scattered brain. But go with me on this journey. Okay. Riddle me this. Of Catherine or Meghan, who has a history of allegations of bullying people, of being horrible to people, of allegedly throwing tea at somebody? Who has the history there of being terrible, especially to women, it sounds like, from the accounts we've heard? I would say it's Meghan. How often do you hear bad things about Catherine? I personally cannot recall any. And no, I don't think Catherine's perfect, but I'm saying who has the history here? I'd say Catherine's damn near close to perfect, but I you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be a sugar and just blindly follow anybody. I'm sure everybody has their flaws, but truly, it's just, it reeks of Meghan's desperation and trying. She tried it with Spare to paint Catherine a certain way. So now she's trying it with this book and it's failing miserably. And that's honestly why I want to talk about the book, is to point out all the ways that they lie. They lie in print, they lie on podcasts, they lie in interviews, and they're lying again. And so here we are. Now let's talk about this mental health thing, because I know it's going to come up in the book. But the thing that immediately strikes me is this. Okay, making this a Catherine thing. You're using this as ammo against Catherine. To me, it's the same thing as a skin color thing. You throw out these allegations because you know people are hesitant to challenge somebody on issues of race. Okay, now you're throwing out these allegations about Catherine with regards to mental health, another thing that people are afraid to challenge. I just think this is such total bullshit. If your doofus husband couldn't get you the help that you need, why is that Catherine's problem? And I say it like that because that's how they explained it in Spare. Is that Harry tried to go to some unnamed person in the office and they refused. They didn't want it to get out, so they wouldn't get her help. I'm sorry, at what point does it fall on you, Meghan, and if you're not capable, then you, Harry, to say, F this, I'm getting my wife help and just taking her somewhere? You know, why is that Catherine's problem? It's not. It's not fair to put that on her and to lay it on her like that and to accuse her of such awful things. Harry and Catherine and William actually had that initiative, that Heads Together, whatever it was called, where they talk about the importance of mental health. Catherine has talked about the importance of mental health. So I'm calling bullshit on the whole thing. If Meghan had confided in her, I feel like Catherine would have helped her. But again, I say, that's not on Catherine. That's on Harry and Meghan. And why is it other people's fault that you guys are inept? I don't think that's right. No more than I would blame, I don't know, Meghan if Catherine did something. I can't even think of an example because there aren't any. But if Catherine did something weird or unusual, I can't blame that on Meghan unless Meghan was directly there, you know. So I think it's bullshit that they're trying to blame Catherine. Anyway, so much is coming out. We got this. As I was recording this and gathering photos here, I just found this where they're taking shots at Sophie, who I also love, the Duchess of Edinburgh. And I just think it's such crap. Once again, banking, and I do use the word banking on purpose, they're banking on the royals not speaking out or speaking up. And I wish they would. I wish they would. But I know you don't want to stoop to their level. So maybe you guys taught me this term. Maybe gray rocking is the best thing to do with a narcissist. You guys, I got to stop yelling. I'm losing my voice. Anyway, understand why I'm frustrated. We will get through this together. Also understand why I do want to cover this book. I think it's important because I'm going to continue to call out Meghan, Harry, and Omid's lies and their BS and the nonsense and the discrepancies and the inaccuracies and the everything else. I'm going to call it out because I think it's only fair. Catherine can't speak up for herself, you know, in terms of she won't speak out. And so I'm here to call out the BS. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you all. You guys have been so lovely. Thank you for last week. I was on the travel. Mike, I'm back home now. We had a lovely Thanksgiving. That's part of the reason my voice has gone loud, intense board games. I was yelling at family for not loaning me their lip gloss. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm feeling good. I'm rested. I'm glad to be back and recording. And thank you for all the lovely messages. So many of you loved the Sugars video. Thank you for that. So many of you love the Beebs collaboration. Thank you for that. We're planning to do another one in a couple weeks, so check back for that. But in the meantime, I'll keep bringing you tons of content like this. I'm so fired up about this. When I get my hands on that book, we'll be diving in full force, but I'll also be covering whatever nonsense Harry and Meghan are up to because I know they're going to be doing some stuff. I feel it because they're being painted real bad because of this. Because we're not stupid. We can see through it and know that they had their hands in this. So, you know they're going to be out doing stuff, happening to be photographed by Backgrid while doing stuff, all the things. Anyway, you guys are the best. Meghan failed at this. I just want to point this out. Meghan couldn't do it. She couldn't hack it. as a royal. So she's trying to take down Catherine, who has done nothing but a beautiful job. So let that sink in and think about that, because that's what I think about all of this. You guys are the best. Thank you for everything. I want you to know how much I love your messages. I'm jumping back in again to the messages and enjoying just talking to all of you. Thank you. If you signed up on Patreon, I'm going to start the updated shout out list again. So look for that. You should be seeing that on your screen. Thank you to everybody who's joined. If you haven't joined yet, what are you waiting on? Jump on Patreon. That's where I do bonus episodes, deep dives, all the things. I tell behind the scenes stuff. Beebs recorded some stuff, some fashion tips, all that. So lots of fun stuff over there. Just thank you guys for being so lovely. I appreciate you all, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. And like I say, as soon as I get my paws on this book, we'll be deep diving into it. In the meantime, if there's something else you want to discuss, please let me know in the comments. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Oh, definitely still check out the merch. We got Recollections May Vary. Make It Make Sense. Drunk Goose Club. Honk Honk, everybody. I love you guys so much. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.